Good morning. Today is exciting. We are here on Galapagos on Isla Santa Cruz.
See, today's gonna be really fun. We're gonna go hit this awesome beach that has a really long name. I don't know. It's really big.
We'll figure out what it's called. Like normal, we don't know how to pronounce it, but we'll figure out on the journey because that's part of the fun in the journey is figuring out all this.
Yeah, this beach looks really cool.
Yeah, but we got a long bike ride ahead of us. I think it's gonna be like 20 miles, maybe 20 kilometers. We should probably
kilometers.
Yeah, I think it's 20 kilometers. But we'll check it out and maybe we'll do like one of those run apps for the bicycle. Get that rolling.
That's smart.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
This guy's a genius. Okay, let's get to it.
All right, here we are. We're about halfway through the ride right now. 20 kilometers total. Erin's doing great back there. We stop every once in a while, have a drink of water. Or she passes me when she's flying down a hill. This has been so much fun. The weather's been awesome. It's been overcast clouds, so we haven't been burning up too much, which is pretty nice.
The only thing that's burning up is our nooses.
Yeah, these seats are not comfortable.
I feel like I'm sitting on a triangle.
Yeah, I might as well just get rid of my seat altogether, right?
Anyway, this has been a great ride so far. We've got about 3 kilometers left till we reach the beach, which is right over there.
Landscape's gorgeous. It's so cool. It just like keeps changing. We rode through a couple really little towns, which is kind of funny to think on like a small island there's several towns. This is so cool. This is really beautiful. The water looks teal from up here, which is pretty wild. I can't wait to go just like lay on the beach. This triangle seats really busting my butt.
Yeah, my seat's busting my ass too. That's all right, this is a ton of
It's
fun.
cool.
So from Puerto Ayora, which is the little port town, it's about 20 kilometers or so.
Yeah.
All the way over here, and it's up and down hills constantly. The downhills have been a lot of fun.
Ride, really good ride. Like, yeah, I've been chugging up the hills.
Yeah.
Feels good. Feels nice to be active and just like in this like the weirdest landscape. It's so wild.
It's beautiful, absolutely
Very
beautiful.
pretty.
So we're gonna continue down this road right here, down that road, and on our sweet whips right here. And we might have to see about getting you another whip.
Yeah, I'm gonna get another whip. So we were riding, like cruising pretty good down this hill, and these guys were on the side of the road eating lunch. And they're like, bicicleta, bicicleta. And I was like, what? And I like looked down and my kickstand is down and it's dragging all this brush, like probably 5 feet. Like it looks like a full bush hanging off my kickstand. And I was like, oh! So I stopped. Brian's long gone. It was pretty funny.
So her new name's gonna be Tumbleweed.
Tumbleweed. But we're not in Texas.
We're not in Texas, we're on the goose, the Galapagos.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get going.
Yeah, I think this is as far as we can take it.
He picked up the bike for that shot.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
We're on our way to Playa El Garrapatero.
Good pronunciation, you nailed it. She's doing such a good job with her Spanglish.
Yeah, my Spanglish is hilarious.
Yeah.
People find it funny, so that's my only goal is to just like make people giggle and be friendly.
And you achieve that daily, don't you?
I'd say pretty close.
So this path looks pretty awesome. It's paved so far. It looks pretty brand new. Whenever you can't take your bike down here, so you have to park it there at the entrance. There's no entrance fee, so that was pretty cool, but it's still a national park area. Like all the islands here in the Galapagos are national parks.
That's why they fumigate you when you come in.
Oh my gosh, that was ridiculous.
That's all good.
But once you park your bike, it's only about a 500-meter walk, and they said it would take about 15 minutes. I guess that just really depends on how fast you walk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So supposedly this beach is one of the most visited on Isla Santa Cruz for the locals and visitors alike, and it is all of our responsibility to make sure it stays clean. So never leave any trash, regardless of what beach you go to.
So
always pack out, right?
Yeah, pack what you bring in, you bring out.
Bring in, bring out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And leave the natural elements where they are.
Yeah. The only thing you can take out from the natural elements is memories.
Maybe some photos and videos or something like
And videos also and photos, yeah. Take photos and memories.
There's been some gorgeous finches and just like these birds with the most beautiful songs.
Oh my
really
gosh.
cool.
Galapagos is known for having really cool biodiversity of the flora and fauna. And that's
Creatures.
one of the things that we're here for, to experience all that, right?
Darn tootin'.
Oh, darn tootin'. We
Oh,
can
you
see. We can see a little bit of the beach up ahead. All right, we're gonna continue on. So you can kind of see how big these spines are compared to my hand. They look like they're about 2 to 3 inches long each.
This is gorgeous. So weird that there's like a perfectly set up path. That's kind of strange. Not a nature trail. I kind of see why though, because this is peligroso. Manzanilla tree is deadly. It's actually not. It's got like a, there's lizards and birds everywhere. The manzanilla tree has a latexy irritant on it. So don't touch it and definitely don't eat it. I think that might be one right there. Brian almost ran into. You don't want to brush against it or else you'll be irritated.
I think this
Beach you've ever seen?
This is gorgeous.
Wow. Wow! I've never seen a beach like this in my entire life. Like, seriously.
This is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh man, wait for it. And oh, that's
Oh,
nice.
wow, that water feels awesome.
Wow, that's really nice.
Look how turquoise that is. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh, we had such a great swim.
I'm really good at floating, just saying.
I do have to say that this is probably one of my favorite beaches so far in the world that we've been to.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the most beautiful. The sand feels glorious on the feet, like hardly any rocks or anything to step on. And there's sea iguanas here. Huge crabs, like red crabs. What else did we see?
We also saw some little bitty lizards and some fish. We went swimming, and when we went swimming, I do have to say that I guess the water is just rough enough to really stir up the sand. The sand is beautiful, white and powdery and super soft, but whenever the waves are hitting it, it causes it to kind of be murky. So we have our new goggles and everything, but we couldn't really see very much.
It might just be even like time of day with the
Yeah.
tide, because the tide's like peeled out pretty far.
Yeah.
And now it looks like it's kind of starting to come back in, so maybe it has to do with the tide.
Yeah, so let's go see if we can find this these iguanas and stuff.
they're sneaky because they look just like the rocks. Let's see if we can find one.
The rocks are sharp as nails.
They are. I don't want to step on them. We made it.
We did make it. We did make it.
Smokes, what an amazing day.
That bike ride ended up being 13.7 miles in one direction.
That's a ton of kilometers.
That's a lot of kilometers, yeah.
I don't even know how many kilometers that is.
It's quite a few. And so we ended up, when we were gonna ride back, we were just like, oh my gosh, the seat on Aaron's bike was just, it was hard. It was not really the right shape.
It was like Murder She Road, Murder She Road.
So when we were walking the 500 meters back from the beach to where we parked the bikes in the parking area, we saw these, so there's a lot of these white pickup trucks that go all over Puerto Ayora and all over the island, really. No, the island's not that big. It's only like 40 kilometers across. And so
But this is their like transport, like taxis, or well, they call them transporte or something like that.
Yeah, they're like taxis essentially.
But like a white pickup truck. So
yeah,
we
like
cheated. We cheated good. We decided to throw the bikes in the back of the pickup truck, spend the $20, and get a lift back. Because it probably would have taken us like, it took us 2.5 hours to get to the beach.
Riding 13.7 miles.
Yeah, and a lot of it would have been uphill back.
Yeah.
So it would have taken maybe like 3 hours or so to get back. And we just didn't want to. So when we got back into town, we took the bikes out again and went for sushi. Because last night we went for sushi and they had like a small selection, but this place was a proper sushi
Only sold sushi,
place. Ooh, it's like the best sushi I've had in ages, like probably since I've been in Toronto. What do you think?
I would have to say so, yeah.
Tio does sushi right. But,
Tio does do sushi right, yeah.
But this is a nice treat, especially like we're in the middle of the ocean and had the best sushi.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, something interesting, when we were walking back to the bikes, some people were coming up and they were just all like, I mean, they saw the camera, they saw, you know, the big fuzzy mic on top and everything, and they just started opening up a conversation. And turns out they follow a lot of the same, you know, vloggers, travel vloggers and people that we do.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool.
That was pretty cool. They were like, oh, we gotta follow you. And they were asking just like how we're doing this.
Yeah.
How this is possible or sustainable. Like how do you travel full time and run a business? So we had like a nice little conversation about that. And it was cool. Like, if you want to know, it's simple. You have an idea. You have something that you love to talk about. In our case, it's building a business, it's personal development, becoming the best version of yourself so you can create the life that you want on your terms.
Yeah.
And then you take that idea and you package it in an e-course or some kind of digital product. So this could be like an ebook or an audio. We go over it in our new e-course, learnwithbeep.com. Just check it out if you're into it.
It's a free course.
But that's kind of it in a nutshell. You take your idea and you package it into a digital product, not a physical product. We could do physical products.
The idea is that turning your knowledge into profit is a way that you can free up time and not be anchored down. So that you can, be able to experience the things that you want and not have to worry about, oh, do I need to go to the warehouse and do inventory? Like, do I have to, go and like, there's all these different questions that you could be asking yourself and that people do ask themselves. But the idea is like, how do you leverage the power of the internet of what is available to use, right?
Yeah, think of it this way. We actually just met this guy who teaches Qigong. I think that's how you say it. And he's doing it all online. He creates an e-course, he sells them, he also does videos on YouTube and stuff like that. So he gives like a little taste on his channel of what he does and what he offers. And then if you want the full classes and you really want to get into like the breath work and understanding how the movements work and what they do for your mindset and your body, then you buy the big course. And this guy's made like, what do you say, $500,000 since he got started with that business?
Yeah, well, since he got started with the online portion, he had been doing the brick and mortar thing for over 10 years. And the problem that he was having was just like, oh, well, how do you keep a student in a live setting? Well, it was super difficult because it's all location dependent. And so he's like, well, there's so many people who are wanting to learn this. How can they learn on their own time, at odd hours? And so he launched a brand new course. It's been in like 38 different countries already. Cool. He's doing a great thing. And so he started the online thing in 2016. And since he pushed his classes online, he's done over 500K. Now, that's not saying that your experience is going to be the exact same, because everybody's results are completely different and no one can guarantee anything. But this just goes to show that there is possibility, and it just really depends on whether or not you put forth the effort. And the people that do put forth the effort, the payoff eventually can be pretty nice.
Yeah, if you stick with anything and you believe it's possible and you really believe in your message, the belief in yourself will come. If you have like a vision of where you want to go and you just keep going, and
you don't quit.
And you don't quit.
And you don't say, oh, I'm going to try this out for a month. And then like after a month passes, you're just like torn up inside. People do go through some crazy things whenever, whenever like we put together our first e-course. I mean, we didn't sell it the very first month. We were still just trying to put it all together and figure out how that whole thing worked. And so that's where learnwithbeep.com comes in, is we figured it all out, and we're busting open the doors and making it possible so that anybody who wants to learn how to do it can learn.
Darn tootin'. And there were totally moments where we wanted to quit. And right now, we're on Galapagos. If we would have quit, we never would have made it here. If we would have quit, we wouldn't be traveling full time. But there's definitely been times where we're like, oh, this is really hard. But if you keep going, it's the staying power that makes something amazing. It makes something tangible, something that you've been wanting for so long, and then you stick with it and you start to see little pieces of it, little bits, little wins along the way. No matter how small they are, you have to count them. So anyways, check out learnwithbeep.com. We're super excited to have you. We hope you had fun with us today.
We had fun, that's for sure.
That was a really, really special day. So until next time, friends.
Adventure on.
Adventure on. Hasta luego. We were riding past these guys. Oh,
B.
he had a bee on him. I just spit on his shoulder. Playa El I was doing so good. Playa El Garrapatero.
So you like hugging trees?
Not sure if I should risk hugging this one.
This one's screaming, hug me!
Hug me! I love hugs! Let's do this.